Hi, welcome to Professor Kev Show. I got my buddy Cody Lou, Professor Lou, with us today. Good afternoon, that's morning. Good morning,
It's
my friend.
morning. Yeah,
So,
good morning. Good morning.
the show today because we're at the point in my class where we talk about accounting, and every time we get to it, Professor, my non-accounting students like Kev, I work in marketing. Why do I care about accounting? It's not important to me. How do I respond to that, Professor?
Yeah, that's those are the types of statements and responses that drive me crazy, right? So all right, they're in the business school, right? So at the end of the day, you're in business school to learn how to do business, essentially, no matter what it is that you are specifically majoring in, right? Whether it's finance, marketing, management, OIS, whatever the case may be. Accounting, I mean, I'm sure some people have heard about this, but accounting is the language of business. But what that really means is there is no business without accounting, right? You cannot run your business without understanding the language, the numbers, right? And so if your intent is to, major in the business field, right? You need to know accounting in order to successfully run your business. And to put it, maybe a little bit more coarse, right? And with all due respect to every other, area, but because accounting is a language of business, and because there's no business without accounting, there really isn't finance or marketing or management or OIS without accounting. It's not to say accounting's the most important one, but it's kind of like the first one,
Yep.
right? So like there is no other major, whatever that you're studying without accounting. And at the end of the day, right, if you want to be successful in business, you must be able to think like a hustler, right? And accounting is going to help you with that. Um, it's not always about having the sexy business idea that it's going to get you the successful business. Sometimes it's just about managing your numbers and doing something more efficiently, more cheaply than your competitors. And that's where accounting can definitely come in and help you with that.
Makes sense. Now, Professor, isn't it important to know how to read the financial statements? Because maybe you go to your boss and ask for a raise. Now, I know the companies I worked in, the answer is no, we don't have money. Well, if you understand how to read the financial statements, you would understand the profitability of your department and perhaps use that to your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely if you understand reading, but then also understanding and being able to interpret, right, what the numbers mean. If you can do that, then that will be to your advantage. Like you said, right, when it comes to just your personal, negotiating or bargaining power, but also it can help you make more, macro level decisions. At the end of the day, right, again, goes back to being a business man or woman, right? How to make decisions in the business context, and that's where understanding the financials really do help. It takes a lot of work though, it takes practice for sure. But yeah, it's a good skill to have.
So, Professor, I want to go back to our first interview. You spoke about the importance of soft skills, and those are essential no matter what position you're in. In my experience working in accounting, sometimes we lacked soft skills because if people didn't follow the instructions. I was in a situation where I'd earned some money, I was trying to get it, and I didn't fill in the paperwork I didn't know I was supposed to fill in. And the lady was mad at me. She's like, "You gotta follow the rules." She started yelling at me, and I was like, "Okay, calm down." But I see this have working in accounting when people make an honest mistake, we overreact sometimes. It's really important to have empathy as an accountant and understand we're all doing the best we can. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because last time I talked to you, right, it was like I said, probably soft skills is the most important thing you need to have in order to become an accountant, right? Should you want that? Um, yeah, for sure. I mean, just having more of a grace, right, for others and being kind. I think it's twofold. I think number one is because, you're not perfect, you're not gonna make mistakes as well, right? So you kind of have to cover up for when you make the mistake. Like, I make multiple mistakes every day, so I know that I'm not perfect. So you want to leave yourself some leash or leeway, right? For you to make a mistake.
Yeah.
So you try to, be understanding at least of other people's mistakes. But I think the more important aspect is I think it comes down to, and why I said the soft skills things last time we talked was I think it's, nowadays more than ever it's important to be likable. Like chances are you don't have something that, company can't just replace. I hate to say
Oh,
it, right?
yeah,
But I'm looking at
actually,
all these students who are listening to this, right? But chances are you don't have that, unique skill that's not replaceable. And nowadays with AI and other emerging technologies, right, coming, like the computer can do things better and faster than you can. Right. And I'll be honest, if I was running my own company, right, I would try to leverage as much of that as I can. I wouldn't want to have someone on my payroll, either way at my profits, right?
that's true.
So the only thing that I think computer and AI cannot really replace is the emotional aspect of, being a human, right?
Yep,
Like I can't get emotion, like I love AI because it's better than you, but I might not be emotionally attached to it the way I might be to you,
yep,
right? And I think moving forward, that's going to be super important because people want to work with people that they're likable, right? They want to be around people who have good energy, good vibes. And
true.
that's where you have to come in and distinguish yourself. And that's what, AI still cannot do. And that's kind of why, being kind, having some grace will go a long way. Yes, be competent, be good at what you are doing, but at the same time, right? It's always better to be likable than to not be liked.
Amen. It's become so much more essential. I tell my students when I was their age, we didn't even know what empathy was. Never even heard of the term. And now you can't get anywhere without having empathy. So, I just one final question. Let's talk a little bit about you as a professor. What classes do you teach at UMass Lowell?
So it depends on semester to semester. I
Yep.
always teach tax, so federal income taxation.
Oh, God bless you.
Um, so
It's a
yeah,
tough
it's
class.
no, I know I
Always
try to make it fun
changing.
though. We try to make it fun, and
Yeah.
that's a very important class, right? For all any business major, right? Or anyone in general, actually. I
But
think
yeah.
anyone should
Yep.
take a class because there's only two things in life that are for sure. You're gonna die one day, and you're gonna pay taxes to the government.
Yep.
Nothing else is
Yep.
promised tomorrow. So I think, yeah, if
Yep.
you guys have the availability in your schedule, definitely come take it. It'll be fun. And then depending on the semester, I might teach like financial accounting
Yep.
or at times intermediate accounting as well.
No,
But yeah,
just in case someone's watching,
tax
they
and
don't teach
financial,
your
yeah.
style, they may want to take your class. So just wanted them to make them aware of what you teach.
Well,
As,
appreciate it.
as,
Yes,
as always, Professor, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes to come on the show. And thanks as always for being my friend.
definitely. Thank you. Love doing this with you.